EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. Well, it all comes down to this, the finale in the FedEx Cup playoffs, and a mere $10 million payout to the champion, won in the past by Brandt Snedeker and Tiger Woods, Jim Furyk with the backwards ball cap in the rain, Bill Haas with that amazing up and down from the water, Henrik Stenson, and the red-hot Billy Horschel last year. They all took home the big prize in the FedEx Cup playoffs. It is, of course, steeped in history, designed by one of the game's all-time best architects, Donald Ross, and it was the boyhood home of one of the true legends of the sport, Bobby Jones. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Let's get right down to the action. Excellent looking shot here. Now that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Taking dead aim now at the 10th.
Oh, this is right at it.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Solid par. Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola from East Lake Golf Club continuing. We're at the 11th hole. It is the only hole on the golf course under 200 yards. It's a 197-yard par 3.
Safely on deck.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
This is a 16-footer.
Oh, now that is going to hurt.
So they'll tap in. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Continuing from the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia, all the drama of the finale for the FedEx Cup. And this is a chance to make birdie. We're at the downhill par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards. A good, accurate tee shot gives a player a chance to make a three. And he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Had every chance of going in. It's no snack, though.
Good effort, just didn't drop. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. This is a good driving hole. From the championship tee box, players will aim just to the right of those fairway bunkers. A left center fairway position is ideal. Right center workable, but it means dealing with the right greenside bunker on the approach. Like many others here at East Lake, the green is sloped from back to front. That's classic Donald Ross, making ball position on the green critical. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, here at the 13th, the approach shot, what do you want to accomplish?
Another one where you've got to get the ball up quickly, plus you're going uphill. Probably an extra club, and pitch that ball on the left of center. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. And he's putting for double bogey now. Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey. Straightaway par 4 here at East Lake in the Tour Championship, the 14th, 442 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
This is the second shot at the par 4. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Getting set now over the putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. You love to watch him disappear, don't you? That'll do it for the third round. What happened, Frank, today?
Well, the third round, Rich, is always so pivotal. You realize you're trying to put yourself in a position to win. Consequently, you have to hit a couple of shots that you might not feel comfortable with. If they come off, then you can have a chance to win. If they don't, then, well, we've just seen what the result is.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale. Welcome back to the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, the Tour Championship. Rich Lerner for EA Sports, alongside my good friend Frank Nobilo. Happy to be here at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. It was established back in 1913. It was the course that the young Bobby Jones grew up and learned the game on. Designed by Donald Ross, we're getting set for the tournament action here again today. 13th hole here at East Lake and the final round of the Tour Championship. And Frank, this is a steak and potatoes par 4, isn't it?
One of the hardest par 4s on the Homewood 9, Rich, protected by two bunkers down the left side, really making it a dogleg left. Second shot also is played uphill into a green that has a very, very tight entry.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Second shot coming out of the rough here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Pretty good stroke right there, just to hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
And getting ready for the putt.
Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that.
Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank.
Even par, currently.
And he makes it for a bogey here. Final round of the Tour Championship brings us to the 14th hole. It's a 442-yard par 4. And Frank, you could face a challenge here off the tee with sort of a side hill lie. And then when you get to that green as well, another one of those greens sloping back to front. So position, it would appear, is really the key here.
Yeah, it's one of those holes, too. You never feel like you've got the right club in your hand. You try and hit an iron down there, it goes in the rough. You're left with a lengthy second shot. Then you try and hit driver. If that hangs up in the left rough, well, it's no shot coming over that front left bunker. Somehow, you've got to try and find a shot that'll go on the fairway. Be careful, too, of that right side of the green. You'll notice the green angles to the left. So that right side finishes very, very quickly.
You can go low here. The course professional record, and it's a par 70 set by Zach Johnson. He fired 60 back in September of 2007 at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. That was when the golf course was set at 7,154 yards. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. And he's putting for bogey now. So a drop shot. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards. And if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This is an all-important approach shot here at the 15th. You want to make birdie, maybe even an eagle. So what's the best way to get that done, Frank?
This is where a utility club really comes in handy. It's easy to hit, gets the ball up quickly, and it's going to guarantee that second shot distance that's required to get to at least the front edge. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Birdie try up next. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Well, he's not going to be real happy with that. Wow. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars. Players now arriving at the 16th hole, 481-yard par 4. And Frank, the pressure is really starting to mount here in the final round of the Tour Championship.
Oh, you can smell that $10 million right now. You can also see that fairway shrinking. Notice the look of those 4 bunkers down the left. The fairway gets narrower and narrower the further you go down. You can try and fly past them, but this is going to be another one where the tee shot's downhill and the second shot.
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
Good contact, good result. East Lake Golf Course is unique in so many ways. It has all the history of a young Bobby Jones learning the game of golf here. It also has a finishing hole that is a par 3. A brutal finishing hole, but a beauty indeed, as we get set now to bring you all the tournament coverage. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo with the call.
Well, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Final round of the Tour Championship, just a couple of holes to play. 455-yard par 4 17. Frank, it is a big moment, and it is a tough par 4.
And it's a big stage with all that water on the left, so you're well aware where you don't want to go. And if you don't notice those 3 bunkers on the right, you better have a look at your yardage book, because they'll easily come into play if you just bail out to the right. This requires simply your best tee shot and an equally good second shot.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Well, you can feel the tension right now. Always a pivotal shot in the round, the second to 17. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. It is in the hole for a birdie. Frank, here we are, the final hole of the final round of the final event of the FedEx Cup season.
Yeah, this is it. They give you a little bit of a reprieve. You wouldn't think you could do too much damage on this. But if you have to make 3 to win, and that's to win everything, there's much easier holes to play than this.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Settles in over the putt. Bit of a disappointment there. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This is a case of anything that could go wrong. Not just probably, it did.